think we're recording. This is the first time I'm doing this with the whiteboard, so let's see how things go. So this is the 8 traits that all animals share, so animal characteristics, okay? First of all, I want you're gonna just write notes on your own. It's gonna be 1 page of notes, and it's gonna look like this. So say you have your page, you're gonna do a straight down the middle a line. Can you see it? Okay, I think you can see that. It might be a little faded. You're going to go straight in the middle this way, and then another one, and another one. So you end up with 8 rectangle-sized boxes, okay? So once you have that, in one of the boxes, I don't care where, you can put it wherever. If you want to do it in order this way or this way across, I don't care, as long as you have those 8 boxes filled by the time we're done. The first box is eukaryotic. So all animal cells and all animals have cells that are eukaryotic, which means their DNA is contained inside a nucleus, okay? We've talked about this before with chemistry for nucleic acids, right? So that DNA is inside the nucleus. So somehow I want you to choose one of those boxes and draw a picture that will remind you of DNA inside the nucleus, okay? Be sure you write the word eukaryotic and then draw in your box. And now at the very top of this page, you're going to title it 8 traits animals share. Okay, then you're going to have the boxes underneath. Okay, so that one of the boxes is eukaryotic. You might draw a cell and then a circle to designate the nucleus, maybe a line coming out, and draw that double helix DNA thing, okay? Whatever you want to draw that's going to remind you that is eukaryotic, okay? That's one box. It's not switching to the next slide. Let's see. Oh, I have to do this. Okay, I am in Google Slides now instead of PowerPoint presentation. So next is heterotrophs. So all animals have to get their energy from another source, okay? So plants, they are autotrophs. They get their energy from the sun, and then they can just make that energy straight from the sun, okay? But a heterotroph has to eat other organisms or other living things to get their energy. So we eat plants or animals to get our energy, okay? Heterotroph. So on this one also, write the word heterotroph and then eat other things to get energy or whatever to remind you there that that's what heterotroph means. And then draw a picture on this also to remind you that you're eating other things, okay? So, we've got a lion here. Maybe you want to do a lion, okay, with big mouth and teeth, big teeth, okay, and then food goes in, okay, somehow to get energy. I am not the best artist, and I'm not going to grade you on your artwork. You just have to have something drawn in here to remind you of heterotroph, okay? The next trait is respiration. So respiration means taking in oxygen and giving off carbon dioxide, right? So photosynthesis is the opposite. They take in the carbon dioxide and give off the oxygen. Respiration is what animals do. Okay, take in oxygen, give off carbon dioxide. So if it will remind you to draw a pair of lungs, you can draw lungs, maybe a head, okay, and then you can go like this. You can O2 in and CO2 out, okay, or any way. I don't care how you want to draw it, just draw it any way you want to draw it in your little box under respiration, somehow to remind you, taking in oxygen, giving off carbon dioxide. Next one is circulation. So somehow all animals have a way to circulate some type of blood or nutrients throughout their bodies, okay? We've got some very simple animals that do it in very simple ways, but somehow nutrients get all around that body, okay? So you can do this any way you want. You can draw a picture of a heart with maybe blood vessels coming out, okay, and going back in somehow, and then also, you know, figure out how to write nutrient along the top. It'll be circulation, and then nutrients throughout the body, okay? So you decide what you want to draw for that. This is where I want you to be more creative, whatever it will remind you of. The next one, the scientific word is excretion, and it is to that animals produce some sort of waste and get rid of that waste, okay? Mostly that is done in ammonia form, so like humans in our urea. So somehow figure out a way to put in your excretion and gets rid of waste, okay? Maybe it's a poop emoji, maybe it's a toilet, whatever you want, keep it clean, no body parts, okay? But do your little picture there. Okay, this is an interesting one. The next one, the scientific, how we kind of classify it is called respond to environment. So all animals sometime throughout their life, respond to other things around them. It could be the air, the temperature, another animal, all these different things. And so one easy way for us to think about how we respond to our environment is we have our senses that feel these things and you know, a brain to figure out what's going on, and then we can respond accordingly, right? And so you can do whatever you want for this respond to environment, but the 5 senses are some simple things, right, that we use to figure out the environment around us and how we're responding. Again, draw anything you want. If you need to stop and draw your picture, go ahead. I have fun with this. Be creative. If you're a drawer, visual learner like that, do it. Stop in between and take your time to draw your pictures. Next thing is movement. So all animals can move in some way, even if it's just barely moving from one spot to another, say like in the ocean too. And oftentimes they'll just catch rides in the currents or whatever, okay? But animals can move in some way. So figure out some way for movement. You know, here it shows like a kangaroo jumping, so you can kind of see that movement process. Some other ways I've seen movement drawn would be like a car that looks like it's moving. Okay. And it's going like zoom, zoom, right? So movement. It could be, you know, a football flying through the air. Okay, something to show some sort of motion. Okay. And then the last little box for your animal trait is reproduction. So all animals can produce either sexually or asexually. So they are passing down their genes to a next generation. One simple way that I've done this before and shown is I've done a mom and a dad, okay, and then their little people that come from them. Okay, so that plus that equals the next generation. Okay, again, Draw anything you want for that process, keep it clean, and any way to help you remember reproduction, clean, clean, clean. Okay, in your notes, I'll be grading this in your notes when I grade your notebook, and this is worth 10 points, this whole page, so do a good job, okay? And I think we're good here. Yep. I got to figure out how to turn this off. I'm still learning this stuff, guys.